Hello, I'm Kerry George with CIBN Connect, and I'm going to be showing you how to invite 1,000 people really quickly by using our CIBN Chrome extension and doing it inside of LinkedIn. So you're going to want to stay tuned here. I'm going to do some screen shares so you can actually see how it all works, and we're going to make it stand out for you so that you'll be able to do this yourself for your own events. And if you're trying to help us right now promote one of the events that we've got going on, like one of the summits or one of the larger events or even a small group, you can do exactly the same way. The first thing you have to have done is you have to set up an event on LinkedIn. So that would be step number one, is make sure that you have an event that is set up. So I'm sharing my screen here. And what I want you to see here is that this is an event we've got coming up. It's our Bold, Beautiful Women Business Summit, and I'm already attending it. So I can do this if I've set this up as my own event. I can do this, or if I've been shared with, so someone shared it with me, and I said yes, I'm going. As soon as I say yes, I'm going to be able to share it with others. And because our Chrome extension is over here, you can see it on the right of the screen. It's going to work in tandem with this. And you do have to have the Chrome extension downloaded or set up. And you just go to CIBN Connect Chrome extension, and you can Google that and bring it up. And you also need to be on a Chrome browser. If you're not on a Chrome browser, this will not work. So once that is set up, you can do that. And also your Chrome extensions will live up here. So up in the top right-hand corner, you'll be able to see them. And there's a puzzle piece. And if you open it up, I like to take my Chrome extension and pin it to the top so I can find it. But there it is, all living there. And now I'm going to just add my 1,000 people. So I hit the invite button here. And as I do that, if it comes, it says, are you trying to invite your contacts to a LinkedIn event? Would you like us to scroll for you? Now, if I just hit this button, yes, go, it'll start adding all of my connections. And if you only have 1,000 connections or less, that might be all you want to do. No problem. I personally have like 13,000 connections on LinkedIn, so I don't want to just hit that button. I actually want to sort through some of them or pick by location. So if I go up here to location, for example, I can say I want all the people that I know in the United States. And I might say show results. And up it's going to come. These are going to be all of my US contacts. And I go, yes, go. And it's going to start scrolling through my contacts and adding them. And you can see 61 people have already been added, and it's already going fast, 71. It will, within a few minutes, actually do like 1,000. And it tells me I can go have a cup of organic herbal tea while I wait. The reason it's saying that is it doesn't want me to leave the screen. I shouldn't start working on something else on another screen because it will stop working if I do that. But if I just sit here now and let it go, it's going to add 100, 200 at a time. Now I'm just going to stop it here because you've seen how that works. And now you're going to see that they start to add in over here, all up there, all over on the side. And now it says, would you like to, invite them, which is down here, which I can do. But this is a women's event, actually. So this women's event, I don't want to invite all the men to it. I want to invite only women. Unfortunately, it won't sort out the men and the women, okay? It's only going to give me 100, 200, whatever connections I let it go to would go up to 1,000. But I can quickly just slide down the side here and hit the X button and get rid of most of the men. For myself, I like to do this because it only lets you do 1,000 a week. And maybe I have more events going on than this event. And so I'd like to use all of my invitations if I can. So I will take a minute to just go down and start clicking through and get rid of any obvious gentlemen in this list because this is a women's only event. And if I were, if this was an event that was for both men and women, I wouldn't care about that. I would just avoid this step and just hit the button and invite. But I will take a minute this time and do it. So there I am. And sometimes I get a woman by accident when I do that. But it's okay. We've got lots of people we can invite to this. And it's going to be great. And sometimes I don't get too picky. Sometimes I might just go, okay, that's enough sorting through, and I'm going to even invite some of the gentlemen there. So I click that button. 93 people are going to be invited. And it says, there you go, 93 people invited to the event. And it was just that fast. So now I am done with that. And it is going through all of the work of inviting. Now, I'm not completely finished there, because after people said yes and click through, when the event was set up, there is a registration link for them to go to where we want them to put their name and their contact information into it. It would be awesome if LinkedIn actually, and alerted them in some way and said, you need to do it this way, but they don't. So people often will just click, yes, I'm interested, but then they don't actually go through and register. So a great second step to make sure that your registration follow through is high, you might want to go through the people who said yes, and you can actually manage them right on the event, and you can message them right on the event and say, I usually send them a copy and paste little message that says, oh, by the way, you said you were interested in coming to this event, but you haven't actually registered. Here's the registration link. And I send it to them. And if you are going to an event, by the way, that maybe you have your own registration link because they're tracking how many people have been invited by you. Maybe they're rewarding you for inviting people. You might want to have your own registration link as you go back and message them like that, because they will generally go through the one that you put into the message window, and they'll sign up that way. And so that's a great way of doing it. Another thing to do for a in-person, or not in-person, a free event that's online, you may ask them a question. Instead of giving them the link, you get even a higher rate of return that way. So if you say, hey, I see that you were interested in coming to this event, but I don't think you actually registered for it. Would you like me to do that for you? All I need is your email address, and I can look after it. Often when I ask that question like that without throwing the link at them, people will answer me back and say, yes, I'd like you to register, or please. And oftentimes 25% of the people who you send that message to will answer back that way. And because they're first line connected to you, you're going to be able to actually see what their email address is and register them. And I usually say, hey, great, I just registered you. I use this email address. And I fire it back to them so they can see which one I used. And our rate of having people sign up and even follow through and attending is very high by using that process. Instead of just throwing links at them going, hey, you want the link? Here it is, here it is, here it is. Because everybody on LinkedIn is often throwing links at people. It's really irritating, very spammy. People don't like it. So a better way is to say, hey, would you like me to do that for you? And then they'll say yes, and then you can. So that's how you quickly invite 1,000 people. And if you got your event is out 3 weeks from now, you can do 1,000 people a week for 3 weeks in a row. And if you do this with a team of people, you can put quite a few people into your event, and it will be a lot of fun. And you're going to get some sales because you had more people attending. So hope that helps.